you can't, when there's an intern uhambe sebenza kwi-surgery yomunye umuntu. So you're still under the government system because they know uba phayana, even though you're a qualified doctor, but you don't have like experience enough for uba
practical experience.
Yes, so that's why they keep us tertiary hospitals whereby the intern kukhona abantu who are doing their community service, kukhona medical officers, kukhona consultants, so you're never alone. So that even if ubone patient, like you because we don't know everything, honestly. We don't know everything.
Qhakaza Mntase sithi Mntase Qhakaza. Qhakaza Mntase sithi Mntase Qhakaza. Qhakaza Mntase sithi Mntase Qhakaza. 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 Qhakaza Mntase sithi Mntase Qhakaza. Qhakaza Mntase sithi Mntase Qhakaza. Qhakaza Mntase sithi Mntase Qhakaza. Qhakaza, Qhakaza.
Sanibonani Dumelang Absheni, hello, goeiemôre to all of our traditional viewers. Welcome once more to Qhakaza Mntase's business segment. I'm never alone. I go with my co-host, Budlonwabo Khane. Greet your lovely audience, Buti.
Mandizibulisele emakhaya to all the viewers out there. Qhakaza Mntase.
Qhakaza Mntase. Buti, we are blessed today. We have two very lovely young ladies who are blessing our stage, you know, just to equal out the things.
And they're not beautiful.
Yes. Let it be emphasized. Beautiful young ladies, you know, African queens who are doing good in their spaces, who are, as the politicians will call it, progressive forces on the ground. Doing the progressive things. Yes. And we have two beautiful, intelligent young ladies with us today who are, as the politicians shall call it, progressive forces on the ground.
Yes.
Pushing the progressive agenda of the young people. Yes. Usis Chwayita from Privileged Lifestyle fashion brand, and Usis Ncebakazi, who is an MD, medical doctor. For those who don't know, an MD, for those who don't know. Yes, so we are found in intellectual combine.
No, for sure.
Yes, because the one might say she is a fashion brand owner, but she's also an engineer. Just for those who need to know. So the numbers are here. Everything is here. Ladies, what we would like from you guys is just a brief introduction. Speak to the people at home. Tell them who you are. Just a brief little summary of who you are, and then we can get right into it. Sister Chwayita, Yes.
Gosh, I thought the younger starts first. Okay, Nandi Chwayita wakwaXozwa. I am born and bred in Mntase, kwa 6. I am part owner of a brand called Privileged Lifestyle. Basically, we specializing in streetwear brand, which includes hoodies, sweaters, beanies, caps. Basically, that is what I'm for today. Yes.
So basically
street fashion. We we're trying to target over DJ artists, youngsters, and all of that. But we also accommodate abantu older than that. But we're now trying to push a broader type of vibes, they call it. Yes.
Dokotela, speak to us. Oh, bless us.
Guys, Ncebakazi, Mbiko. I'm from a small town, Ncebakazi. I'm one of 5 siblings. I'm also a mom, and like he said, I'm an MD. Is it so I'm a medical doctor by profession. The doctor up free. So Dilap East London for the next 2 years.
Excited.
Let the ladies know. Normally, Upudona was very quick with the things, but today he's just stand. He's just stand.
And I just love. I wanna think about party. Who's organizing beautiful ladies and queen ladies interview only ladies because so long one lady and so forth. So just ubona apa and woku. The bonus is 18 years. We
are even getting home.
And my questions, but Ncebakazi, I'm not sure your age, but you look very young. And if you uthathe way back, why you decided ba ube ngugqirha kwenzeka ntoni and the challenges I'm sure ka usesibhedlele udibana nabantu abadala omama bethu athi no mntanam
anawuphathwa nguwe like she knows what she's doing. That one, no, this one can't get done. This one.
So please kind of started it through what made you decide ba ube ngugqirha and the challenges those experience ayo prior njalo.
Okay, one, it's not about the age, really, like, that gets omakulu, ba, lomdana. I feel it's my height, because...
So you're basically challenged as well, on top of everything else.
The issue is my height, because I have colleagues, like, who are actually even younger than me, but, like, it's the phenotype, guys. It's my genes. Like,
the phenotype, beautiful genes. So for those who don't know, there outside, phenotype is the expression of the genes on your outside.
Physical, like
So we know these big words, guys. Don't worry, we're here for them.
That's the issue with me. So abantu abadala usually think like I'm younger. Like nobody, no colleague that's actually like younger than me, but they will always think that I'm younger than them. And also like it does have a challenge, but like when you're in a public hospital as a patient, you don't get land ba, you pick and choose ba, but usually I always just like make sure that I do my job to the maximum ability. But the next time they want to come to a special, they'll be like, and this opinion it's high kaloku mama.
No.
This is a public hospital. Asike to ba but yonke into ndiyibhalile so that the next doctor who sees you, like you're gonna get the same standard of care that ndikunike yona. Yeah. I think initially, like I used to be a very good accounting student. I wasn't into physics and all that, but they often St. James. When I got there, the principal yam was
St. James, Qhakaza.
Qhakaza. Yes, none from the Qhakaza, and then yeah. So when I got there, I was like, I'm gonna do accounting. I applied for the accounting stream. Then because the school, like it's mostly based in physics, and St. James at the time was known for 100% pass, like these are international awards and Tionkeland. So she was like, let me go to the physics stream. Then if I still want to continue with the accounting, I can always do accounting in varsity. Because if we say accounting, then in varsity is streams that you can actually get into limited, but even if I do physics, if I still want to go into other things, say accounting, I can still do that. So along the lines of doing physics, then I saw like I really want to be a doctor. Like from where I come from, there was only one person, like Qhakaza, and like one. So I'm like, I want to be this woman. I want to be this woman. So for me, like that, and I was like, I'm inspired. I feel like this is what I want to do. And ever since I've started getting into it, like I feel like I am in the right place.
Nice one. And I'm happy with that last part. I am in the right place because unceda thina and ubomi bethu buxhomekeke kuwe, and if umuntu ukwindawo angayithandi, just imagine yabo ya, so sifuna la thando kwenzele uyazi ba ugqirha noba kunzima, because I can imagine into ozifesayo esawuthetha ngazo maybe, and then if awuyithandi laa nto, just imagine binokwenza ithini yabona.
But Budlo, number one thing that I loved that Sis Ncebakazi touched on was some people might look at her and say something or think something, but she lets her work speak for her at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you as the person yourself are like, you know that one, I need that one back.
Yeah.
Need that one specifically. Sis Chwayita, tell us about yourself. Mrs. Talk to us.
Ngumamtolo, Tolokazi, uHlangamandla uMchenge. NdingowaseQunu eMthatha. Yes. Kufamily yakwaXozwa. Yes, but ke ndikhulele eMntantsane kwa6. What must I say? Ndifunde Commercial Park High School. I don't think it exists now. Aniyazi when I yeah, ngokuna ndifunda khona ke yayise Arcadia. So I did my high school days there, got my standard 10, my matric there, and then venture into studying fashion at Buffalo City FET College, and I finished my qualification there. So I discovered that I couldn't find a proper job when it comes to fashion. Then gay fashion was very scarce. Basically, it was a struggle to even get internship to further my qualification. So it was a bit of a struggle. The only thing I got to remember was a sewing job then, because I was mostly interested in drawing and designing. I hated sewing. They used to call it clothing construction then. So
Fancy name for very simple.
Exactly. Utunga and drafting a pattern was not my thing. I was into sitting and drawing and using colors. So basically, I got my internship through sewing and sitting and doing sims, and do something else. So then I got bored, I got my qualification, I got bored, and then I sat and I discovered, well, what is studied now? What should I do to get a proper earning job then? So I've been temps for several organizations. I even worked for the SRU at some point, and I thought, I love investigations. I loved the general rush. I loved going to courts. I loved there I was working basically on the traffic department section. So la feeling yoba abantu xa ungena in traffic department yahlonitshwa. They're going through they're going through files. Sikhangela fraudulent documents like
those irregular.
yes, yakumandi. And then got a job at contract job kwaMasipala. Now I work at Amathola municipality. And that can quite discovered another path of my journey where I started, where I got interested in geographic information system and civil engineering. So currently my so-called full-time job is there. Yeah, so I work for with department water service provision and administrator in water system yapa. Yeah, but
all that English just to say she's an engineer, but what do I know? What do I know?
Yes, but you touch on something because viewers out there, bakhona abantu abase bacha, others passed matric, others are base tertiary but they don't know what to do, and others are doing fashion design. And le part, and I've been seeing it for years, they go and babe good and bane ideas babe good and basifundile bazi graduates in fashion design. So what makes it abantu xa bephuma phaya ungabikho imisebenzi baphela beyosebenza ngoku ko Shoprite okanye babe ngotishara like yourself ingona uphinde ubuyela ku first love fashion ngoku because of but uqale ufuna ube nemeans ozifumene mhlawumbe through your job ube nemali uziqalele, but umntwana xa iphuma high school okanye tertiary uyipasile lento akanayo yena lento and ufuna umsebenzi. So yintoni le apha ku fashion eyenza uba imisebenzi ingafumaneki, and what would you think yintoni efuneka itshintshini?
Fashion, I think it's a skill that is not recognized formally. Fashion dala kwakusithiwa kukuthunga, and ukuthunga kuhlala phansi udibanise two materials ungene emchinini uthunge. Dala wayese umchini wayecontroller by this gear thing, a hand thing. Ngoku advanced that uyanyathela some sort of a clutch thing, ne? So uthunga was basically a stay-at-home mom wenza uthunga just for being bored of something ngokuthengisa. So I think istigma fashion isaqala kudala, so sifuna umuntu who's gonna able to come and push kuba what exactly fashion is all about. Fashion ayiphelelanga ukuthungeni. Fashion is a creative platform to we can collab with fashion with many things like music, like art, like graphics, but it needs someone who's able to explain it further to abazali what fashion is basically, and what broader stance of fashion you could study, whether it could be clothing or sitting and working for someone else to design law or that they prefer. Basically it would collab with graphic designing, as much as graphic designing specifically says you must sit on a computer and design.
So on that note, when I try that, do you think maybe with syllabus there's something wrong if we have a fashion with an idea of finding employment? Don't you think maybe if there were a business element, they found this cool, like a new venture creation and entrepreneurship course? Because abantu bane ideas, and if we go to Kalindo from stretch when the likes of Qhakaza and Ncebakazi. So if there's a business element, uphuma phaya uphume uzenzele and ufube business yakho and run with that, because if you fund it, but at the same time we fund the fashion, don't you think you will have lots of black fashion designers as successful as possible? Because I feel phaya ku training akungenwa deep, ingathiwa trainer for usebenzela umuntu, and usebenzela umuntu noba kuyiphi career ngoku imisebenzi ayikho, i-country is facing challenges.
The thing is, as what I've discovered now on this generation is that abantu bafundela upasa, like sifundela unqaya and go and get a qualification. We do not think further of the qualifications sayisebenza njani to work for you and make money for you. Like in ngexesha lam, we had modules entrepreneurship and effective organization. So I see into xa uphuma wenza ezi modules drawing in a pattern, no tunga, then go wazi layout ye factory. But if you don't go to work for a factory and use your entrepreneurship side of things, till now we were given that option. Ne? I'm not sure what modules are done, but abantu must not take fashion as just a hobby. The thing is that I think its syllabus has given it has been broader now. But they need to think out of the box. Yeah, not okay, let's push for a qualification. Probably didn't fashion, didn't diploma or something. For instance, to code design for you. But if you're not sitting and using that qualification and sitting and drawing and putting it out on social media, for instance, Qhakaza will not able to recognize or know of you until you start something small. You can start by buying a sweater. H&M, a plain sweater for 180, and then design it, then you get a screen printing on a sweater. It could cost you about 50 rand depending on your designers. And then we and then go and then we'll start to expand like that. So you need to work out of the box for people to actually recognize what your artery is, what are you good at most when it comes to, say, being a fashion designer, because a fashion designer is not based on drawing or tunga, for instance.
I feel, Sis Ncebakazi, we have been cut out of this conversation by the business people. But to actually speak to something that Lonwabo was talking about is there's so many young people out there right now who are sitting with qualifications or sitting at home. At one point, even doctors were sitting at home, and it was a whole thing. The department didn't have place to put you guys. Tell us about those types of experiences, because most people think once you have an MD, your life is good, everything is easy for you. But tell us what it actually is that goes into being you in that space.
So, kudalane, like it was medicine, Pofu Health was one of those like careers. If you fundile ever city, like it was guaranteed to buy, like you are like gonna get employed. Yeah. But in Gogo, it's no longer the case. Like I've seen people behlale 8 months like without being like actually like a place. Because what we do, like kukona a system whereby you put your 5 options ba different sebenza up and up and up. And then if you're lucky, you will get your first choice. If you're not lucky, noba ungafumani Qhakaza choice ezubuzkhethile, and then abanye abantu don't even get a job at all. Especially abanye who are not from upper in South Africa. Like I had a senior bengithetha nayo like recently, like she's been out of a job for 3 months and she was anticipating uba like maybe inyanga 1, then the next month I'll get a post. But it's no longer the case for us anymore. Like post aziko. So like we have financial advisors and things like that. So always like they're advising us to see have savings.
Plan for the future. For the future.
Yeah, basically.
So the kule part savings kuthiwa yenza uba uthetha ngabantu senior. So does it mean ba uyakwazi usebenzele for government, then after uluze umsebenzi and then phinde ungabe be out of job? Always assume if ugqirha usoloko usebenza whatever.
No, it doesn't work like that. Like mostly there's internship. You do internship for 2 years, which is that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my second year.
Internship part bayenza kanjani ugqiba ufundile
uyagqiba ufunde ufumane degree yakho.
How long? 7 years or
for 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
Ufumane
6 years.
Ufunda for 6 years. Then ufunda kwakho for 6 years, you get your title. Uba you're a doctor. Like,
But you're not technically a doctor yet.
You are a doctor. You are. You can't like kukhona izinto ekuthiwa zi-locum nento ezinjalo, which is mhlawumbe kuthiwa umuntu ne-GP practice like their own surgery. You can't, when as an intern uhambe uyosebenza kwi-surgery yomnye umuntu. So you're still under the government system because they know uba phayana, even though you're a qualified doctor, but you don't have like experience enough for uba
practical experience.
Yes, so that's why they keep us in tertiary hospitals, whereby the intern, kukhona bantu who are doing their community service, kuni medical officers, kuni consultants. So you're never alone. So that even if uboni patient, like you, because we don't know everything. Honestly, we don't know everything. I'm not always gonna know about what's going on with him. So, in internship, you have people who are superior to you, who you can go to. Okay, I have this patient. But if you go to a private GP, ayikho land bakhona umuntu supervisor.
Yes.
So you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Doctor by yourself.
You can even lose your license if like they find out that when the ILO comes. You're not allowed to do that because akho supervision pa.
Yes.
So before umuntu abe ne GP funeka enze maybe 2-3 years internship.
Internship week 2 years. You have to do community service, which is when you go to district hospitals mostly, and then when you become like a medical officer.
So a medical officer ngulovula
kulo angenza noba yintoni like sekuthiwa ke siyamtrust uba angaba
sufficient practical experience. It's actually one of the things that young people have been so vocal about, where people expect you to have a degree at 24 and have 10 years experience, but you just came out of varsity. Those numbers never really match. But at the same time, when it comes to something as life intensive as being a doctor, you understand why those practical experiences are needed, because there's sometimes when things come up where it's on the fly, think and do, you know. So Chwayita, let's come to your brand itself, Privileged Lifestyle. Privileged lifestyle. Huh? Okay, no man. Tell us more about Privileged Lifestyle. Where did it come from? Where is it growing? What is your future ambitions with it? Tell us. Kaloku, me, I like knowing things. Just for the things. Tell us about the future design plans, because you know some of us like to be fashion forward. Just for the
privileged. The word privileged is spelled like privileged, like with villaged then lifestyle. So who's the privileged? The word comes from privileged. Our initial idea was that we felt that we are privileged, we and the people that I used to work with, we are privileged to start this brand and have these things, these modern things that we have to push ourselves. As much suka khona and our backgrounds that we're privileged now to able to push ourselves out of that zone. But as much as we come from it, but now it's finished, we are better of what we are. We were then. So lifestyle comes with indlela esiphila ngayo and our peers and people around that we are trying the brand to attract. The brand initially was found by a guy that I used to work with, and then he decided that he's stepping out of the brand a bit, and we took over, me and Wonga Matomela. Wonga's from Steak Sprayed. So we are trying to push the brand back again to what it was from the beginning, because I started from 2016 when the guy found the brand, and then we registered the company in 2019. So when we started doing our first push of advertising of what we're wearing specifically was through COVID-19. So we got bored, and then I was approached by this thing that we're trying to push, since I've got this qualification in fashion, and I'm familiar with your drawing. So they approached me by we trying to do this and that, and I was part of the brand initially the brand is more streetwise, meaning that it's not a formal wear where you get to maybe tops and all of that. You can mix it up. It's more wearing hoodies, sweaters, caps, bennies, oversized street fashion, oversized tees and all of that. That is our initial idea. So we thought of sitting down and introducing that part of the brand first. And then we got following, so much following on God's so.
Hey, my brother.
So social media.
I probably have about 4 years of privilege. So that's what I wanted to find out from Chwayita. Privileged. I think Upper Eastern Cape is the most beautiful brand ethengisayo and abantu bayanxiba and nice kakhulu and I'm all about ke mna supporting obvious local
Yes,
and
of
also into I also support just local bizaba yi-1 ingaphinde ndibe nayo enye but why am I buying more? Because of uyayibona ba equality uyayibona the name uyabona yatsho ba privilege and even now we are privileged, we need to celebrate loo nto uyabona and uthi privilege so now so kuqunu basuka engceleni and we need to be proud of ilali esisakhona and so forth yabona that thing but ke ingapheleli lapho ufuna kube mhle mosendazi ngasoloko nango ndiyaphanda
just out here
yabona but the brand yona yeah so I was asking myself, but in this last maybe 6 months, they came out quiet. So there was a partner, Puma, and then now they're taking over. And I was worried. So I'm happy now we're shining the light on you. City Qhakaza, Mntase. When the was a privilege. Because Unfunuti is the most brand as Eastern Cape. The Funubona all over the country and even Africa and abroad because of you've got what it takes. And umuntu angafuna ukunxiba the brand and so forth but ngifuna uva kuwe ngoku mina ngafuna londo but ngifuna uva kuwe bazithini plans of the future and kwenzeka ntoni ngoku ya
the plans of the future ngoku ne is for currently we are trying to introduce new designs. We're feeling that the ones that we have on our social pages is indala, the ones that you wore, the ones, but you're not wearing them anymore. We are panda. We are panda. So as the old, we call them old privileged designs, were specifically they attracted the lonwables, the more matured, yes, the distinguished business. And yes, so now lonwabo are getting a bit sitting at the back, and my 2Ks are dominating and coming up with fresh ideas. And luckily now, social media where abantu are being exposed through social media, through internet. So we're trying to venture on that part of the business. We basically wanting to attract the 2Ks mostly because the additional idea that we have is we're calling it part of our exclusive range, because our first part of the exclusivity was hand painting our sweaters. We hand paint our sweaters, and then we obviously after that we brand them onto that phonic bird, which is part of our symbol. Now we want to put in the designers, which is whether they're at school or out of school, to come up with what they would want to wear, and then we share our design ideas with them and collaborate them together into a new exclusivity of privileged lifestyle. That is what we are trying to do now, and we are trying to venture out on the women. Women, mostly we were doing unisex type of vibes. Now we want to venture on women and focus on the mini parts of the brand, like our mini shorts. We want to design for tennis. Tennis is the in thing currently. Firstly, there was golf. Now people are playing tennis. So now we want to.
I need to do that for them.
And it's a good.
So now we want to focus on the mini pleated skirts, brand and have vests and all of that. And as much as we're still continuing with the older version of privileged lifestyle, but we want to venture on that part of the business.
Ncebakazi, myself and my co-host are fighting now because when it comes to these things, he's very selfish, this one. It was first with the fragrances, he was the only one smelling, now it's the fashion, he's the only one with the exclusive range. It's painful, this thing. But, Ncebakazi, as a MD, tell us, what are your future plans? Because some of us know about things like Doctors Without Borders, things of that nature. Is there anything that you would like to venture into, perhaps in the near future? Or tell us a bit about your plans.
Okay, my plans currently is to finish internship. But okay, like people always think about us as doctors about like abantu abadala like that ba. But for me, I want to first specialize into pediatrics.
Pediatrics.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Pediatrics.
Pediatrics, not babantwana, babies. Yeah, I want to specialize in pediatrics. I love those patients. Like they don't talk back at me.
Oh,
like
they don't charge you.
Especially yeah, we connect well. Like those patients, guys, you see them like what you get kubo hiyo into.
Yes.
Eyo like azuthi man nomqolo wathi wehla like you examine them and like you know what's happening with them. So yeah, those, like I want to specialize into that. Then if I do open a surgery, I want to open it as a specialist, not as a general practitioner. Yeah, because you can be a general practitioner uvule surgery, but now I want to open my own surgery when I'm actually a specialist. And then also, guys, I would love to get out of the country. No, like, no, in 2 years or something. Like, go to Dubai, Australia.
Nice life plan,
Like, go away, experience working abroad. Yeah, well, that's something.
Actually, Doc, that is very important. We're talking about doctors not getting jobs currently. And there's this wave of artificial intelligence and technology for industrial revolution. And those things are affecting almost every profession, including our doctor. So unless you specialize. And I was checking recently, I think last week, over currently in the country are doctors who are specialists.
Yes.
And they are serious. Number one in the Ninja. So I'm happy, and surely Dubai no specialists because you get to specialize. So I'm happy those ideas in Jalo. But then currently apparently zonke ezi companies zemali zini offerisha lena nalena ba nansi imoto thatha ungawari
everybody's trying to get you into debt.
So now how do you, because I don't see you ngathi uflashy wenza zonke izinto, so how do you manage that? Because obviously everyone wants nice things,
trying to stay out of debt.
Hey, Lona, but that's a very good question, because like it's one of the biggest challenges we face as doctors. I'm not gonna speak for myself. Like a lot of doctors are into death because like you expect you should have a car, you should have this, like, and sometimes like we fall into the trap of wanting to drive that Mercedes, driving that BMW. Now, you know, I almost bought a car. Like,
Inside
almost.
I don't need to know, but they know.
Yeah, I almost bought a car myself, but like there were last minute jinx and whatever. So I got a car like there was this property idea, but like we're still getting into it. Yes. Because Tina, we usually buy luxuries and we don't have like izinto that we invest in that could make us like profits, and then once we yes so okay, right now I'm trying that approach of like having buying a property, and then with that property with low income I'm gonna generate from it, then I can buy the luxuries that I want.
And everybody deserves luxuries.
Someone told me that, but like as much as we doctors, it pays sleep here too.
Yes.
Like we need to realize that pay slip, there's bank statements is it. Like there's actually a lot of doors that can open for us if you use it right.
Yes.
If you use it right, it will open a lot of doors. So I'm trying
curious
to.
about that payslip, but I wonder.
guys, like essential for Shem, I must say, but like for an average intern in like salary interns like in South Africa, like I find it nas.
Oh, singathi ungabafomo.
Levels is what you're saying.
But like what I'm trying to say is that like at least tina ne. No, leave the levels. But we're privileged enough. Yes.
Of course,
we're privileged enough, but tina at least like we're not earning like the average intern salary. But I think it's a challenge of like not knowing like mentally, because like medical school they don't teach you financial.
Yeah. It's all the secondary thought when it comes to these things. Yeah.
So that's our biggest challenge. We don't know, but like we actually have like a pay slip to open like doors for us. Yeah, bo.
So you use it wrong.
See, sevens are wrong because we go buy a car. In Mercedes, then when you drive a Mercedes, then I'm happy. Then dads. Yeah, bo.
Tell us. I think with that, Sis Ncebakazi, I think Putlonabo we've exhausted extensively so as the topics. But what I would love from you guys, speak to the people at home. Is there something that you want to say? Is there something you want to say to a young person coming up as a black woman in business, in the medical field, who is at the forefront of these things, breaking through glass ceilings, being a fashion designer on this side, an engineer on this side, SIU on the other side. Just everything is being done. Is there something that you would like to share with people at home? I leave that over to you, ladies. Sis Chwayita,
okay. Now, what I would like to share as a young woman is call me. Thank you for the compliment.
We will not reveal the That's how she's young.
Being a woman in business is very intimidating. I'm not that tend to bully. I put it as bullyism. So having a backbone and knowing what you want, a vision. If you have a vision and missions on what you want, then that would be your start point of pushing your brand, for instance. What I can do, what can I say for people at home when it comes to, especially when they want to venture into fashion, is that you must be willing to work with other people. You must be willing to share with ideas. Don't be skeptical on saying that idea means I'll cut on money. Even if we copy this one idea, but they will never take it further than what you would do because it is your idea. So I always say people must do collabs with people, with other artists, with business known men like Usililo, for instance. Like if you approach Usililo, asprintele, okay, as nige corners where we could knock, doors where we could knock for further fundings or further sponsorship. So now all I could say is that be bold enough to approach people. If you're a woman, don't be intimidated to work with men. If you feel intimidated, just push what you believe in and what you know of, especially if it's something you studied and you know of it.
Sis Ncebakazi, we're over to you.
Okay, for me, usually people say, you're 6 years. Nis vila nan.
And it's true, yeah.
Nis vila.
It's almost 15 years, guys. That's not what we're saying.
Exactly.
6 years, yo. Like, for me, like 6 years, yeah, khawuleza, yes. So if you want to be a medical doctor, keep the noise out. Yoba is 6 years, and actually when you've done like 6 years, like you get a degree. And like as qualifications like your law, accounting, also you 4 years ago they don't tell you but you still need to do a CTA, you still need to as a board exam when you actually yes, they don't tell you.
But it is and C's to apply.
Yes, he advert.
And
So if you want to be a medical doctor, go for it, guys. I promise you.
Thank you.
To our audience at home, we once again say thank you very much. We say thank you to the lovely ladies who have graced us with their beauty, their elegance, their intelligence on the day, you know. Because one thing that we seem to notice a lot is the beauty of a woman, yet we do not see the intelligence of it. Yes. And we've had such intellectual conversations that I think the people at home would have learned so much from you guys. Young women coming up would have learned so much from you guys. I know we learned so much from you guys, certainly. So I think that's our show for today. But as per usual, we want to thank Smart Diva Accommodations here in the Quigney in East London for hosting us once more at their Backyard Empowerment Poiki Sundays. Every first and last Sunday of the month, Silapa shooting our business segment, meeting, greeting, having those interactions with people such as these, who are people who are front runners in all of these spaces, and we can come together and network and get to know one another and get to open those doors that we were talking about with that payslip. Also, we would like to thank Captain Joe's as well for being our sponsor. We would like to thank Silulo Technologies as well, exclusive for these lovely furnishings you see here. Budonaba, are there any other sponsors that I'm forgetting?
We have Panda.
Panda Sans. Panda Sans. It's right there for the people. We would also like to thank X Royal Studios. As you can see, the entire production setup as is was generously donated by them, so they're also one of our key anchor partners, and we'd like to thank them as well. And from myself, Davian James Sampson, anything?
No, thank you guys for
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And we say Qhakaza.
Yeah, shine bright, star baby, you good enough, rise baby. To my haters, sorry, sekufiki kusasha lamne glory. Ngizothatha umthwalo ngibheke goli, nami ngifuna ukubuya ngamaholit. Ngculo wami usungithumele Xhozi, sengikhathele umona kule monti. Ngizothatha umthwalo ngibheke goli, nami ngifuna ukubuya ngamaholit. Ngculo wami usungithumele Xhozi, sengikhathele umona kule monti. Just in case I was in money, is the whole plane. Funa ukuhamba ngishiya ikhaya in the whole fame. Ngizobuya kungekudala, give me few years. Now my hater manja niggas I'm a gameplay. Illuminati, nah baby. Getting all this shine like I'm a star baby. For this money, I'm a grind baby. Putting a lot of work and then I rise, baby. Give me time, I'm not talking Rolex. I just wanna see my family happy, living no stress. See, I'm working very hard for Imali only. And I'm all about the pepper, you can keep the whole fame, yeah, yeah. Unimali nfunu change mbilo yam, funu kwenza shola ziwe kamalam. Tidumu umhlaba wonke ngiphila iphupha lam, disithethelele kuzo zonke intshaba zam. Ngizothatha umthwalo ngibheke goli, nami ngifuna ukubuya ngamaholit. Ngculo wami usungithumele Xhozi, sengikhathele umona kule monti. Ngizothatha umthwalo ngibheke goli, nami ngifuna ukubuya ngama-holiday Tulo wami usungithumele chozi Sengikhathele umona kule monti I'm a big boy, you already know I'm a king boy and in a valo I'm a beast, call me Flowiyano Cause I killed this hip hop and yano Hosting ngicela madli talent ungiki Enye ngizoyibona eGoli mase ngifiki Ngongidlozi ngibonga amandla umdala usangcini Wona na inzondo kumele ndishiye Sacrifices and decisions need to be done now Sengikhathele ukuphila kanje I'm living right now Ningakhali ndisayophanda nami Ningawari ndizobuya sawuhlanganito zami Yeah, chosen sendleleni I will overcome I don't need nobody, I'm just building my name Working very hard, now I'm tryna get paid Sebenzela umndeni, I will never stop Shine bright, star baby You good enough, rise baby To my haters, sorry Sekufiki ixesha lam ne-glory Ngizothatha umthwalo ngibheke eGoli Nami ngifuna ukubuya ngama-holiday Mculo wami usungithumele chozi Sengikhathele umona kule monti Ngizothatha umthwalo ngibheke eGoli Nami ngifuna ukubuya ngama-holiday Mculo wami usungithumele chozi Sengikhathele umona kule monti